What's up guys, Meg and Eric here from AVO. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. We are coming to you right now from the 4-Wheel Camper Factory in Woodland, California. We're going to walk around and show you guys how the campers are made.
So this section behind me is kind of early on in the phase. There's a couple directions that the workflow moves from here. In this direction here, you can see a lot of the cushions for the interiors of the different 4-wheel camper slide-ins and the mattresses. And then behind me as well, you can see all the different tables that have been cut. We're going to show you where they cut those tables and where they prep a lot of the pre-built stuff as well. There's a lot of QC that goes on here behind me. The CNC machines that you'll see as well behind me too cut all the upholstery and all the material for these cushions that they sew all here. So it's pretty cool to see all the different little bamboo tables, you know, all the different cushions, and then these will all get assigned to their campers and for what's currently in the workflow that's being ready to be manufactured. So guys, here behind me is that actual CNC machine that actually cuts all the material for the cushions. So they'll go ahead and roll whatever it is they need to on this machine here behind me, whether it's the actual material for the pop-up section of the camper, whether it's the quilted thermal pack, or whether it's for the cushions. They'll lay it out. All the orders are preloaded into the computers at each station, and then it's all entered in and cut and moved along the process. And so it's either moving that way or the line is moving this way, the way they've got it all figured out. All the sewing that's done is done behind me as well too, which is really interesting. We saw all that happening, all the Velcro getting sewed on. So a lot of attention to detail here at 4-Wheel Camper. Guys, very, very cool, and a lot of pride that they put into their work. All right guys, so behind me here, this is actually where 4-Wheel Camper preps a lot of the electrical that's going into the specific camper. So all of this is going into the campers that you'll see behind us here later on. They're currently getting assembled, whether it's currently in welding phase or whether it's moving into just the interior build out. And so they already have, for example, like right here, a pre-build with a harness that actually the harness is pre-assigned to this, so it's ready to kind of go. We'll show you where they CNC all the wood and then go ahead and get that all done. Have it ready to go here, so where the electrical technicians can go ahead and install all the components that go onto this. Just basically just plug and play. And so there's a lot of pre-build aspect of this that goes into it that makes it look as awesome as it does and work as well as it does too. But you'll see if you follow me a little bit of how they're going to go ahead and pre-build all this cabinetry here that's about to get put inside the camper, and then have a lot of the electrical harnesses. If you follow me over here, I thought this was very cool. You'll see that they have a pre-build of each harness assigned to each camper for whatever it might be, for whatever type of electrical package it might have assigned, and then these guys will grab it and then integrate it into that cabinetry so that it goes right back into the camper, which is really cool. So that's nice. They don't have to individually start picking each wire and stuff that's going to go in, and they have a machine that understands the length of each wire and cuts it exactly the length that it needs to be for each camper. So you can see a lot of the pre-cut length wire here. A lot of this is for anything in the camper, guys. Each 4-wheel camper, especially if we're talking about all the way up from even just a basic Project M to the high-end Hawk Plus flatbed. There's electrical all through the camper, the pre-wire, the fans, even the marker lights on the outside of the camper. All that has to run through the camper somewhere. In an effort to efficiently move these campers through, you can see all the prep that they do for each build that leads to those full wiring harnesses that they basically got assembled, that will show you how they get integrated in. And then if you follow me here, this machine right here behind me is also basically on a computer that understands exactly what wiring goes in. They'll feed that through that machine, and that's what actually sorts all that for them, which is very cool. So just kind of making our campers a little quicker, which is awesome. All right, behind me is where all the cabinetry gets cut for your 4-wheel camper. And so there's some massive CNC machines behind me where they'll lay out a massive plank, and then it'll go ahead and cut out all the parts that need to be assembled for those interiors. Then they can go ahead and put all the ends, all the black trim pieces and stuff that you see on the sides of each panel and all the cabinetry. They heat that up and apply it here as well, and then send that off for assembly, which is very cool. So a lot of customers didn't know that all that still happened here under the same roof, which is very cool. And again, same process. The CNC operator will have the file for each camper, lay it out, and that CNC will go ahead and trim out exactly what it needs. It gets assigned, put on a cart, and moved forward for assembly. So guys, here the campers get turned upside down as they get prepped for welding and for the floor to get basically put together. To my right, you can actually see where the wood around the lower part of the frame, the base of the camper, gets painted so that it's essentially waterproof, right? And then basically gets applied to the framing, the aluminum framing of the camper. Also, the floors all get integrated at this point too. And then when this stage is completed here, with what you see basically when we first install your camper, it moves on to where it continues to get more of the aluminum welded to the frame. And so I'll show you that as well. Here behind me you can see that they're starting to put together the framing on a sliding camper, and where the front end still needs to be completed and bent and welded together. Still early on in the actual welding process, which is very cool. The welding process actually occurs in jigs before it gets here. A lot of those pieces come out and get basically assigned to each camper there already, with where engineers know that there needs to be cutouts for specific features of the camper, whether that's the water fills or the fridges or fans or whatever it might be, right? So pretty cool how it gets to this point, and you can start to see the formation of the camper start to come together. And then from this point, it continues to move on that way to continue to get built out all the way to the final QC section down the line. Guys, so behind me is like the all-female crew here at Four Wheel Camper that's in charge of basically assembling the roofs. So these are one-piece welded roofs, and when they arrive here, they know the configuration of where the fans need to be. They can flip the roof upside down. They install the headliner, the LED lighting, hide all the wiring through. All that gets basically assembled here. You can see that behind me here, as they've got a few roofs that are kind of ready to go, and over here to my right as well. The team here has to be definitely detail oriented with the level of quality of what you look at when you first come in and you're looking at the roof to push this open and to close it, and to make sure that all that's finished properly. From here, then the roofs will move over to my right, and then they'll begin to install the actual pop-up canvas into the camper and attach that, and the interior support boards as well. So guys, this is a cool part, coming from like the roof assembly to the integration of the roof with the pop-up material. They're integrating the pop-up material with the roof to the actual camper. So you can see this one is getting ready to get its roof and get that integrated into the build, and have the canvas finally attached. And from this point on, then it continues to go onto its interior build out. So follow me. This is a Four Wheel Camper Project M, and to my right we have a slide-in. But this is part of the manufacturing line where the camper continues to get more and more of the finish applied, and we can continue to walk through the manufacturing line and kind of see how they continue to finish more interior features, integrate the wiring that we saw earlier down through the camper so that the cabinetry can go in. All that starts to happen right here. In this camper, you can see that they're installing the water pump in that compartment. They are installing all the electrical and in that center compartment as well too, where the cabinetry will hide that eventually. So you can see the red arc charge controller and the rest of the Victron electronics that are attached to that. You can see the fuse block, all of the electrical down underneath the that first compartment there to your left. Fuse block, also the converter for your shore power. All that's getting wired in here. This is a probably a rollover sofa or side dinette that's getting built here, like a Hawk, I think. So pretty cool setup. Cool to see it in the build process like that and see all the wiring you don't see unless you really get into your camper. A lot of this all gets hidden behind all the cabinetry and stuff, which is really cool. Behind me, we're in the QC section of really the last component of camper manufacturing, which I think is really cool. We learned today that everything on these campers, from the furnaces and the fridges and everything, actually all get tested. Even the water tanks get completely filled to ensure that they're not going to leak later when the customer goes on their first trip. Here they'll go through everything and run power into everything on the camper, install the batteries, check all the lighting and everything on the campers to make sure that it's all ready to really move from here to get prepped onto a trailer and get shipped to all the different four-wheel camper dealers. So really cool final stage here where the team makes sure that everything looks really good and been tested before these head to AVO Jax and to all the other dealers in the country.
All right, guys, so we're here in the factory here at Four Wheel Campers, and I'm here with Shikali. Shikali, you want to introduce yourself? Tell us what you do here at Four Wheel Campers.
Hello, yeah, my name is Shikali Segoviano, and I'm the head of manufacturing here at Four Wheel in Woodland, California. And I've been here for about 24 years. Yeah, 24 years with the company. So what I do, I oversee the whole, manufacturing, right, of the camper. So from start to finish. Yeah. That's
awesome. Yeah. So what has your experience been here working at Four Wheel Campers and with the people here and everything?
Well, my experience is, every day is like, it's a good day. This is my life. I get the chills just by talking about it. This is what I do. This, again, my life, and this is my people. We're all like a big, happy family. We put a lot of love into these campers, and what can I say? I wish everybody can feel what I feel. To do what I do, or like to do a job that you love. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think one of the coolest parts about being here at the factory has been to actually see the people working as a team, actually hand making each of these campers, and they spend so much time, checking the quality of everything, and they really spend, they take their time and make sure they're doing everything right, and everybody's been great, and we've been really happy to be here for sure.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you guys, being our dealer and supporting you, and as well as everybody out there, all our customers and prospects, future customers, because with our customers, we're nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So we know that, and we know that this is for some people. Some of our customers have been waiting for a long time, and they have a lot of options. So what I will just say to them is we put a lot of pride into what we do, and we put a lot of love into them.
That's awesome.
Building the camper for them. So we can wait to have their order.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time, and thanks for all the hard work that you put in here.
Thank you.
Factory.
All right.
Thank you for going around today with us as we show you around here the Four Wheel Camper manufacturing facility in California. This is a really, really special place, and thank you to Chikali and the whole Four Wheel Camper team for the tour. Everybody was so good to us and showed us around and showed us how much they care about what they do. The attention to detail here is incredible, and these are really like hand-built campers, which is so impressive. Makes us love them even more. If you want to learn more, make sure to visit us on social media, guys, at Asheville Vehicle Outfitters. Check us out online at www.ashevillevehicleoutfitters.com. You can call us at 844-667-3687. Make sure to like our video if you guys had a good time today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And the next time, make sure to check out our video of our walkthrough of the factory showroom here at Four Wheel Campers. It's amazing and really cool to show you the new Hawk Plus and a lot of those cool new campers that just came out. So check it out, guys, and we'll catch you next time. See you later.
Bye, guys.